When writers go beyond the usual crappy self-insertion into a story. Greetings and welcome once again to Roman of the Empire. I am your host, Roman. Today, we're going to be talking about the season finale of She-Hulk. Episode 9, Whose Show Is This? I'm going to do just a real quick run through for those of you that don't want to hang out for more than, let's call it 5 to 7 minutes. Jenn went full Hulk and broke stuff. Jenn got arrested. Jenn had to wear a Hulk inhibitor to get out of jail. Jenn loses job. Jenn moves back home. Nikki tracks down King Hulk. Hulk King, whatever he's called. Everything goes to shit. Everything goes to shit again. Wrap up, terrible post-credit scene. That's She-Hulk. That was the finale. Ooh. This was a bad episode in a series of bad episodes. It wasn't slow, so at least I can give it that. This was a jumbled mess of all kinds of bad writing, all balled up into one nugget of horribleness. It was dreadful from start to finish. Well, actually, I'm going to give it credit. I'm going to give it this much credit. They did do a 1978 style entry into the show based on the Incredible Hulk series with the delightful Bill Bixby back in the day. That was a shred of entertaining. Then it goes radically downhill from there. So your old call last week, Jenn they were going to show the sex tape at the big Jenn won the Female Lawyer of the Year event. This group called Intelligentsia, run by a gent called Hulk King. And it's basically to take down She-Hulk because they don't like She-Hulk for whatever reasons. The writers don't think they like She-Hulk. I know why I don't like She-Hulk. And so she goes to jail for hulking out at this event. I found this a little weird because Bruce Banner, he never actually did time. And he destroyed cities, as the Hulk. And granted, he's kind of working for the system now, but she gets a little baddie thing and then they lock her up, okay, for the purposes of the show. So she's in one of those, round glass cells that they put all the supervillains in. Her lawyer and Team Pug and the delightful Nikki show up, and there's a deal. She has to wear an inhibitor, so she can't She-Hulk out. So subsequently, she loses her job because, remember, the only reason she had the job was because she was a Hulk, not because she had any legal skills. And now Jenn's on the path trying to figure out who did this. She's got a big, the string board set up. Nikki comes to visit her. It's always delightful to see Nikki. I hate you, Nikki. I hate you so much. Jenn's mom shares a funny video from college where Jenn is twerking. Again, we get to see it, and just it's a trash video from And Nikki gets the clever idea, she doesn't share this with Jenn, of course, to share this to the Intelligentsia website to try to lure them out. And, of course, they take the bait because everyone in the show is stupid. They think she's a dude, though, so now Pug, the little beta male in the office, has to go in her stead. He gets there, and there's a bunch of other weird beta males, and the writers are, again, they tried to make this subversive group who is against She-Hulk. And it's a bunch of weird dudes who should be drinking apple teenies. But who turns up at this event? It's Todd. Todd, the kind of weaselly fellow who's been trying to date Jenn. We've seen him in a couple episodes. Well, turns out He's the Hulk King. Oh my God. Jen decides she's going to go to Emil Blonsky's retreat for super beings. That's cool. She gets there, and there's supposed to be a big event down in that barn thing. Remember where they did the group session? So she goes in there, and that's where the Hulk King event is. Oh no! Shocking. And Blonsky is actually there in Abomination form, giving a talk, and he apologizes to Jen. He's like, "Well, I just do it for the money." Okay. And then things go radically downhill. Remember, they took her blood. That was Todd's group. He injects himself with the blood and goes Hulk in a scene that looks so terrible. It's bad CGI and a bad written program, and it makes your head hurt. Then, wah wah, Jen breaks the fourth wall, as Jen is prone to do. She goes to the Marvel Studios. There's a whole, it doesn't matter how she gets there. She gets there. So she's now in our world as She-Hulk, going to the Marvel Studios to go visit the writers. So you get to meet the writing team. They're in there and they have all these ideas about what they're going to do with the show. The writers literally inserted themselves into the show. You can't make this up. It's not bad enough that through their writing you see the world through their weird, warped vision of what women and men are. But now you get to see them in the real world. It's spectacularly bad. And they say, well, this is what Kevin wants. Kevin, you of course think of Kevin Feige, the head of Marvel Studios, you've fallen far, Kevin, by the way. But no, Kevin turns out to be a robot intelligence that is somehow guiding the Marvel universe. And we have an exchange between Kevin and Jen, in which Jen effectively rips apart why the Marvel universe works. This isn't She-Hulk ripping apart the Marvel universe. So think about these words as I'm saying them. And then she redefines the way this show is written, because she thinks that the big fight scene with Abomination and Todd Hulk, and then regular Hulk had showed up as well to save her, was goofy and terrible. And it was, but for more reasons than she thinks. And then she rewrites the end of the show, where where Todd gets arrested. Daredevil comes back because Hulk smash, and you get kind of just a wrap up. Now we jump to a barbecue with Matt Murdock meeting Jen's family. It's very awkward. Hulk shows up, Bruce Banner Hulk. This feels very shoehorned in because it's crap again, with his son Scar from the planet Sakaar when he was Gladiator Hulk. Which is actually, this character does exist. It's from the World War Hulk, Planet Hulk storyline. And that's kind of it. And then you get a post-credit scene with Wong breaking the Abomination out of jail. I actually wrote a script for this day, of which I haven't needed to use any of it. And that's it. That was your She-Hulk wrap-up. This was, you had the Daredevil episode last week, and that was definitely the crown jewel of this series. They don't know how to write for women or men. They have no understanding of workplace relationships or regular relationships. This has got to be the weirdest bunch of freak writers ever assembled into one room to put a show together. The ratings have been abysmal. You get little spikes, like the Daredevil was going to be a spike, and this one probably has carryover from that. But people don't like this show. You have the critics rating of 80-something% and the audience rating of 30-something%. And that seems about right. Never watch this show. Hopefully they don't make a season 2, but they probably will, because they're making a season 2 of Loki, which was also terrible. You took one of my favorite characters and destroyed him. She-Hulk I didn't really care about. And so you didn't destroy her. The show was terrible. And you did some damage to Daredevil on this episode that you didn't do in the last episode. It's over. It's done. I'm free. I'm free. But for how long? This has been Roman of the Empire, signing off. Please like and subscribe, as it does help the channel. And remember, I watch so you don't have to. Be kind.